Here we go. The Xbox Direct. All right. They always have these little montages in the beginning that are pretty fun to watch sometimes. And then at the end they do one. Let's see. My little chat thing. All right. All right, we're leading off with a Obsidian Entertainment. Obsidian with this is Avowed.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our
Is this Avowed? Yeah, I think it is Avowed.
Avowed.
Yep.
Avowed is an adventure into the heart of the living lands, a frontier at the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living lands. At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful
I had
creativity.
Pillars of Eternity a while ago, but I never really got into it that much. Just too much reading, and that genre was very new to me at the time. Just didn't have the patience for it.
Most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world. And when it comes to encounters, our combat
I'm not as hyped as a lot of other people are about this game, but I will be trying it out most likely because it does look interesting.
Here to talk more about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical
I like the
advantages
enemy
against a wide range
design
of
on
enemy
these.
types.
That little
It's not just
lizard with a
hacking and slashing.
shield.
You're making real-time decisions about when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks, blocks, parries, and special attacks. If you choose to approach combat,
Doesn't
with
look
one
that bad
hand,
either.
It feels quick and snappy when
Graphics
dealing
look
damage to
alright.
enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies in their tracks, giving you the opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner.
Okay.
It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize, or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot. To help with the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat. That means you can play however you want. Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle. Dual-wield pistols and control the encounter mid-range. Or even dual-wield wands to feel like a gunslinging mage. You could use your enchanted wand.
Oh, that's
to
a
freeze enemies,
wand?
and
It's
then
like a
use your
Harry
offhand
Potter
weapon's
wand
power
kinda
attack to
thing.
shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure
Looking forward
and
to seeing all
manageability
the
during combat.
various
Players will
weapon
have
types that you
ample
can
choices
find
for
and
how to
unlock.
build and progress their envoy in the world of the living
I'm usually a
lands
sword
as
and
they get to
board
know the
player,
game and the
but
story and explore the
magic
many
can be
diverse
fun too.
regions. Some quests in Avowed will have you make difficult decisions with profound consequences, like this side
Oh,
quest you may
decisions,
encounter in
nice.
Shatterscarp. the third region you'll explore on your journey through the Living Lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the 4 of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki, and me. Training under Captain Ruiki, trying to keep Thirdborn safe.
In other words, you're a gang of vigilantes.
I think this is the first time I've heard voice acting for this game.
Badge. Take everyone's.
It's not too
Our
bad.
families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions.
Alright, my interest in the game just definitely got better with this, making choices. I like those kinds of
I was
games.
so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loudly. Wait, if you found Sergeant Asui, why is he not here with you? What happened?
At the end of the quest, you have a choice. When you confront Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault.
I hope that you get more than 3 choices. It's not like one of those like Mass Effect systems where there's only 3.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest. Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build. Art director Matt Hansen and the team have worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted.
Alright, I'm gonna have to
feel
add
rich,
Avowed definitely to
weird,
my
and
streaming
wonderful.
list.
We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique RPG experience. By contrasting the vibrant with the dull, or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes, and each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes. All of the regions have a lot of special things associated with them, but I have a deep place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp, you might notice off in the distance a vibrant jewel of color. By transitioning from destitute, muted tones of a wasteland of sand,
I like that look.
and marching in towards a beautiful oasis,
Oh wow.
there's the opportunity there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
We hope you've enjoyed this look at Avowed. We're thrilled
Looks
to share
interesting.
more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Oh, it launches that late. Oh, so a fall game. A fall game I'll definitely be trying out. And on Game Pass, of course. Avowed. Fall 2024. There we go. Alright, next one is Ninja Theory, Hellblade. I never played the first one. I'm not really a horror fan,
Hi, I'm
but
Matthews, studio head
I
here
may
at
play it
Ninja
at some
Theory in
point.
Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, and the team is working hard to bring you an
I'm really
unforgettable
impressed by
journey
how this game
into
looks so
Senua's
far.
unique world and her battle for survival.
And it's making me want to play the first one and kind of figure my way through it.
Experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
I may do that. But I read that apparently this game can be very triggering, so
Senua is
who
back with a
knows?
new quest. She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little,
They've been pushing back this game for a while, so I'm kind of wondering whether this will be technically sound.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people.
Hopefully it
In the
runs
story, we're
well
trying
for
to be as
everyone.
faithful to history
It's
as we
always
up
can
to a
be
point,
sometimes concerning when they're
establishing a
pushing stuff
solid
back
framework and then
further and
building more
further
serial
and not
elements on
giving
top.
updates. So
Senua will face up to giants who have
hopefully
plunged
not the
lands
case
of
with this
chaos,
game.
and which in turn is
Even if
the rise
I'm
of the
not going to
Troika,
play it
a
for a
violent
little
threat that
while.
is swept through the settlements that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies and also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover, along with us, how this viewpoint can have its advantages.
All right.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge, as well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
what does that mean? It's terrifying.
Players will find themselves traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers.
I really like the camera work in this game.
In her own unique way.
Seems like the cinematography is going to be pretty solid here.
To her limits.
On Saga, we've taken everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like how can
I just
we make
want a
this fight
release
feel different
date.
from the
That's all I
previous
want.
fight? We have all new combat.
You've been waiting for this game for a while.
One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it. Senua isn't a superhero, she's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Mel knows Senua
The fire
better
looks
than anyone,
great.
better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling, so I get to watch.
Even having
people
not played the
feel different
game,
expressions on their
you can see
faces,
how well
and then I
that
have to wait a little while,
Melina
and then I
is
get to
a
see that all again,
great
in-game,
actress.
in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Every discipline in the studio is unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief.
wow, the
and pull you
graphics.
into Senua's story.
Look at that cinemat. Wow.
We were lucky enough to do
The
a few
darkness and the
reference gallery trips
storms.
in Iceland. You have to be there. The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
Senua experiences reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
Wow.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. In this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
Yeah, this game definitely seems like it would be a good game to play with headphones and stereo sound like I have, so.
It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them. We feel their craft, their depth, their meaning.
Oh, that song at the Game Awards was really good too.
Elevated to something really special. We are also working with a heavy metal singer, throat singers, and our very own Furies. They sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive and a very special and unique experience.
Our mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua's Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really connect to Senua as a character, and even if they can't really relate to what she's going through, maybe they know someone that relates to that character and they can then understand that person better.
Well, I don't want to sound cheesy, but in a way I'm Senua, right? She exists and doesn't. It exists through all of our work, through every ninja. So we all are Senua, and we are creating this character that grows and grows and grows and grows and keep growing and keep changing. So that makes it real.
I'm so proud of the love, care and passion our team here at Ninja Theory are putting into Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Our hope is to not only create a game that is great to play, but to craft an experience that leaves you thinking and feeling. From our combat gameplay through to our action set pieces, from our cinematic scenes to our puzzle solving, everything is crafted in service of Senua's journey, a journey that you can embark on May 21st.
Oh, May 21st. Got a May game. I don't know if I'll play it in May, but maybe after I've played the first one. Kind of like Dragon's Dogma. I want to play Dragon's Dogma first and then the second one. Ooh, Square Enix. Yeah. Whoa. What's this? Is this Final Fantasy?
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for
What?
the Mana series here at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana の情報を
Oh, Visions of Mana.
いち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて大変光栄です。コンソールゲームとしては約17
I'm
年
interested in
前
this.
聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは
I've never played
ファイナルファンタジー
Secret of Mana.
誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊かなキャラクターたち、心に響く楽曲の数々、武器の特性を生かして戦うアクション RPG としてこれまでに17作発売され、長らく愛されてきました。本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの
I generally do like playing RPGs, so but the Mana games are definitely on my bucket list of games that I need to play.
自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩豊かな聖剣伝説の世界を
I really like the art design in this.
シリーズおなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場しています。
Wow.
今回これらのおなじみのモンスターたちを作り出した聖剣伝説の生みの親である石井光一さんと
Definitely doesn't look like the older ones, not as cartoony and has a sense of realism.
I am so happy to introduce the newest game in the Mana series to Xbox players.
I wonder if this is coming to Game Pass. That'd be pretty nice.
中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナに落とし込むか。デザインの方向性から
Oh, now this looks a little more cartoony than that other clip they just showed.
聖剣伝説ファイナルファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に生き生きと動いてこれまで自分が携わった作品ではそれらをどうやって当時の技術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。最新作では聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているのでバトル中はモンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが今作には広大なフィールド探検に欠かせない新たな仲間が登場します。陸上を猛スピードで駆け回ってくれるピックルも石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては今作のマスコットキャラクターになるくらい可愛い動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上でヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目はアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった具体的なイメージが浮かんできてそれぞれの特徴を取り入れながらラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら足の長さや丸まった時のイメージやゲームの中での見え方も考えながら調整を重ねていきピック
The world looks pretty huge.
もう一つの挑戦は楽曲面です。過去さまざまなコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。 BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさを感じてもらえると思います。過去シリーズの楽曲を手掛けたクリエイターたちが全100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。
100 songs, okay.
新たな試みとしてフィールドの探索からバトルまでをシームレスに体験できるよう今作ではインタラクティブミュージックを導入しており冒険の没入感を高めてくれます。探索中の BGM がバトルに入った瞬間アレンジが切り替わる様を実際に聞いてみましょう。
Why am I dropping frames?
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。空中でのアクションがバトルの鍵となっており武器での攻撃だけでなく魔法での攻撃も可能になっています。そして本作ならではの特徴として聖剣伝説シリーズではおなじみの精霊たちがいますがその力を宿した武器を使うとバトルを手助けしてくれるようになります。
Oh, that monster looks pretty cool.
様々な特性の違いがありますのでその効果とともに聖剣伝説
Alright, now, yeah, these cinematics, they definitely look a lot more on the cartoony-ish side, so.
ピックリにも注目してほしいのですが聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは聖剣伝説らしさを感じてもらえる作品になるよう小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますのでぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。
This guy really shows a lot of passion.
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナーは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますのでぜひご期待ください。
Doesn't seem like we're gonna get a release. I think I think we have a release date of it already. Yeah, summer 2024. No Game Pass. Alright. I don't think we expected that to happen. Here we go. Oxide.
Hello, and welcome to Oxide Games. We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all time, like Civilization V. We came together to create something new and innovative in a genre we all love. Ara History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara History Untold.
Gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers.
Oh, I might enjoy this one.
Gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people.
Oh, look at those battles.
On the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same. With Ara, we wanted to challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
Wow.
For example, we have over 100 instruments on display in the office, which are all things that we
I don't think I know anything about this game.
Soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement.
That's a nice natural.
To see from concept to completion.
Oh, maybe it was scripted. I was gonna say it was a natural thing.
Questioning our design assumptions and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world where you can rule how you want to rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes
Drop
that
some
encourage
more
exploration
frames.
and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
This is a game I'll definitely play if it's on Game Pass.
See their choices reflected in the game.
If this is on Game Pass, I'm definitely gonna probably try it
One of the
out.
first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space, a blank canvas for players to paint the society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map.
Definitely has a different sort of aesthetic to
They can see
Civilization.
everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time.
Has a
to
little
the
bit
thousands
more
of citizens
realism.
living their lives and reacting to the
Oh
changes.
wow.
We want players
Those
to feel like they're
buildings look
truly
pretty good.
occupying the world, leading their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision
Really
of Ara
liking
is our
that.
philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the prestige system.
To win a game of Ara, players will compete with their rivals to build the most influential, impressive, and important nation the world has ever known. This is measured by prestige, the player's score that proves their worth as a leader.
The prestige system gives players the chance to decide what kind of leader they
The game
want to
does
be.
have a lot of
They want to
menus,
pursue
so I'm
great works of
hoping
arts and
that
culture,
it's not too
military might,
complicated.
scientific advancement. The
At least
choice
a
is
good
theirs.
tutorial.
In Ara, there are no set victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize on those goals while still being able to win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard
Those
to
buildings
build,
look amazing
worth it,
though.
giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at
Oh, wow.
balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then finally getting to the
Crafting.
outcome or reward of something like an important improvement or triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Aura at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest
I really like
to
that
all manner of goods
whole
and components.
like
Those are the
look
foundation
of
for
the game.
everything, from international trade to improving their
That
cities and
zoomed
citizens'
out.
lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Aura encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players
Simultaneous
alternate
turn.
taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Aura, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability
So
to
is this going to be like a
uncertainty, to
multiplayer
predict and strategically
only?
plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Aura just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
It's not easy sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Aura, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many different forms. They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Aura has a number of special abilities determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
For us at Oxide, player feedback is the only way to really understand.
Wait,
what
was
you're
this a
making.
board
It
game
gives us
before?
that
No?
priceless perspective from the
Okay.
people we're making Aura for. You.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player feedback. In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a
Oh,
little
that's cool.
bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when
Did
one
you
of
see
our
those
players made a
animations
poor
at the
roast
bottom
Cougars, 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 I hate cougars!
of those
Someone get these feline
those
demons away
cougars
from me.
attacking?
I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
It's been years of hard work to bring you a strategy experience like no other. And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We
Okay.
can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
This was a surprise for me. I knew this game was going to be shown, but
After the release date, and continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf
Didn't
of
know a whole
everyone at
lot
Oxide
about it.
Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own history.
definitely going to try this one. Game Pass, good. Alright, now we go to the main event. Indiana Jones.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala, Sverige, här hos Machine Games.
I have no idea what kind of game this is
Really
going to
excited
be.
to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones.
I'm not really a big
Since the
Indiana
first film came
Jones
out, Indiana
person,
Jones
but I
has
do
always
enjoy
represented the ultimate
those
adventure.
Raiders of the Lost
Even
Ark.
today, it's one of the most iconic franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones. You will see through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy of Indiana Jones. When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game, we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
I've wanted to make an Indiana Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have. And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life,
Howard.
and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Alright, let's see.
Let me tell you what you are missing.
Always a little concerning with those games tied to major movies.
I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning.
They better have Harrison Ford.
Instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
All right.
Myths. History. Just different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
So is this first person? Is this...
Throughout history, mankind
Oh, wow.
has built sites of great spiritual significance. If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe, you could
This is definitely going to be compared to Uncharted somehow. There we go. Oh, that's the sound. That's the theme.
Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay then, let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I could keep up?
Do we get a release date?
Patron of the fallen angels.
Or do they save that for the
Protector of
summer?
Chukwuemani. The Great Circle.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
You have any idea how old that was?
Is that Harrison Ford?
Indiana Jones is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
Doesn't sound like I'm on that
Everyone
one.
here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience. Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person. It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
I can definitely see why they would want to go with the first-person perspective.
Solving puzzles in ancient temples, or seeing your knuckles go bloody in a fistfight. All of these moments are much more intense in first person. But we still want you to have
Some
those
of the
moments.
graphics don't
Seeing his
seem
iconic silhouette with a
particularly
hat,
amazing.
whip, and so for things like cutscenes and environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third-person view. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
Okay.
When our game begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican, hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
Okay.
On next plane to Rome. Stop. Need help. Stop. Meet me in Vatican. Stop. Indy.
We always talk about how clever Indiana Jones is. That had to be one of our guiding principles when we were thinking about the type of game we were making. It wouldn't be Indy if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana
This
Jones
game seems like it might be very puzzle heavy,
first.
which is okay with me. I like puzzle games.
Sure, there will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal, like the whip.
It's an amazing global adventure.
Oh, the whip. I think that might be the most interesting part about this game. About the combat, at least.
Indy's journey will take him to the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look carefully at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also have the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
Alright.
We also take a
Maybe getting John Williams was too much of an ass, but this music does sound pretty good.
We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths are intertwined, and they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay then, let's see if you can keep up.
Fight. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent.
Wait, is that the same guy as the... Is that the developer?
Brilliant people compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under in the skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Alright, well this cinematic looks a lot better.
One of our models for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool, Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purposed as possible. We want it integrated into every aspect of the game.
You can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around the environment. You can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat. Everything you'd expect from Indy's whip, and hopefully
All
a
right.
little bit more.
I'm liking what I'm hearing
Puzzles
about
are
that
a key
whip.
feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets.
Hopefully you
and
get
hidden puzzles
rewarded
that
somehow
right
for
in with
the
your
puzzles.
One thing I love about our game is the level of interactivity that we have. We have this world of mystery.
That does raise a lot of questions, though. Whether it's just going to be very linear and unchallenging.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us.
So are we going to get a release
stay
date?
so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still
Maybe
being
they'll
able to
save that
showcase
for
what
the
makes
summer
us
showcase.
We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we can't wait to share more soon.
Probably going to be a November release or late, so that it's so that they have something big coming out at the end of the year. So I can definitely see that. Is this it? Alright. So we saw a lot of good games. Well, not a lot, but 5 good, decent games.
Take one.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
Our mission here at Ninja Theory
I'm
is to
probably
harness
gonna
life-changing
try out
arcade games
Avowed. Definitely Aura.
Philosophy of rule how you want to rule. Stay happy.
I'm interested in Trials of Mana as well.
Creating an immersive experience like Avowed is anchored in the world we build.
Hellblade, I'm not so sure about. I want to play the first one before I play this.
You are Indiana Jones.
But,
My name is Masaru Oyamada.
Indiana Jones. We'll see. I mean, I'm not, like, over the moon excited about what I just saw from Indiana Jones, but it definitely has me interested. I'm definitely sort of in the camp of, well, using an IP to create a game is always tough, so. Alright. So there we go. That's, we're not gonna watch that.